Like that, and I didn't either. It's too cold. It's minus 15 outside Celsius, so how much that is in Fahrenheit, I don't give a fuck. be honest, this design kind of sucks. You have this washer and this pin on either side of the pin here, and that's it's just very finicky, and it would be easy to lose these in the snow or somewhere. And you also have to take it out on the other side, on the inside, where you can't see, because you can't take this pin out towards the other side because there is a hydraulic line in the way. So that sucks. It's a bad design. To release the locking mechanism for the towing hitch, it's kind of a special thing. You need to hold this button here, this one, at the same time as you hold this small one here. And while you hold both of those, you lower the lift arms with this side of this button. This is to lift and this is to lower. And you have to have this in the lowest, and you have to have this on the maximum setting for lift height. So it's a little bit interesting, but at least you can't just release it unknowingly, because then you're an idiot. Also, now I've parked it in a bad position. It's leaning forward, so if there will be if in the winter some of the snow is going to melt, it's going to gather up at the front there and then freeze, and I'll have basically a skating rink here, and that's kind of that sucks. But that's a problem I have to deal with then, because I'm not going to move it now. I'm too lazy. The sun is about to go down. It's already 13:30. I don't have much time. And I also need to change the fuel filter on this bad boy, because the engine tries to stall every now and then. I think it's the filter. I'm gonna just go across this field and down into the ditch over there and try to clean up the slope. I have waited until the ground is a bit frozen, so I don't ruin the ground, and so the excavator doesn't sink into the ground. There it goes. Yeah, that was it. Well, at least it's a good place to... Yeah. It would have been a good place to change the filter, because there's enough room. And yeah, I'm gonna go into a worse spot, and then it will stall there. It was a bit too frozen to actually try to smooth out that slope there. That's what I went here to do, but then I gave up, and then I tried to leave, but then the engine stalled, because I think because of the fuel filter. It's only 30 something hours left before it has to be changed, so maybe it's and to be honest, I bought this excavator used, so I don't know how they have changed the filter. This could be the original filter, because it is a cat filter, so who knows. The filter I bought it doesn't look exactly the same, so I'm not sure this is the correct one. Yeah, we'll have to see. I use these plastic protection gloves so I don't get diesel on my hands, because I want to be able to put my gloves on afterwards because it's cold out. And I only had these, it's for ladies. I mean, look at this. These are my gloves. That's the size I use. It's size 11. What kind of an ogre lady is that for? Lady size my ass. That's just, well, maybe for Fiona. She turned into an ogre, I think. It also primes the fuel system automatically. It has this electric pump which runs for, I think, 30 seconds or something, and it should fill up the filter because it's empty now. So with this machine you don't really have to do anything special. If you're running out of gas and you have to prime the system again, you don't have to do it. It does it for you. So yeah, you could see the sparks there. Usually it does that because the battery in this vehicle has a lower voltage, so there is a potential, it's a difference between the batteries. And also this is running at like 14 point something volts because the engine is running, the generator keeps the voltage higher, so there should be sparks, and when there are sparks, you know it's connected properly. And that's why you don't put the negative, the last one, you don't put it on the battery, because that's where you could potentially have gases from the battery which could ignite, and then it says boom in your face, and that sucks. Actually, I don't know, it has never happened to me. I have never heard of it happen for anybody, so maybe it's just a myth, but I always put the negative somewhere else. Somewhere else in this case means 35 centimeters from the battery, so it doesn't help much. But and also you can hear the engine of the running vehicle, you can hear it rev down a little bit because you're applying load with the generator. Then you know it's charging this vehicle as well. So in case you don't know how to do this, well, there's a few tips. The pump is still running though. I'm wondering how this is going to work out. It shouldn't have to be running this for this long, but I'm gonna just try to start the vehicle and see what happens. It is not connected properly. It should just start. And I mean, these connectors, they suck. They suck donkey balls, because yeah, it's hard to get them to connect properly because they are worthless. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, well, I've tried to arrange those in a better position, but these clamps, they just suck so bad, so it doesn't want to connect properly. But the pump stopped at least, so it's done. So let's try and see if it starts. Well, that annoys me a little bit. I gotta go get some other cables. These suck so bad. Alright, so I actually had a pair of cables in the car already, so I used those. I just put them in parallel, so I have just even more. This way some of the power will go through one of the cables and the rest will go through the other, so you get a little bit more surface area. The contact area, that's the problem, really. there we go. Sometimes it's the cable area, the how thick the cables are, but in this case it's just a small engine. It's a small starter motor, so it's all about the contact area, and the clamps, they suck so bad. That's where the problem is always. Usually I have to kind of move them around a little bit or something like that, but in this case I just yeah, I don't have the patience. We're gonna just let it warm up a little bit, and I'm gonna go back with the car, and then I will come and get this to go home, because I'm done here. I'm pretty happy with this road through here. I tried to smooth it out a few years back. I used the disc harrow with the tractor to loosen up the soil, and then I just kind of, yeah, smoothed it out. It seems to be running properly now. I haven't heard it trying to stall, so it hasn't been running for such a long time. But yeah, anyway, look at that guy. He doesn't help much. He's a bit shy. So I'm gonna just park it here, and I'm gonna wash the tracks later. But that's all there is to it. I think maybe it was the fuel filter after all, which is great.